Air signs, Geminis, Libras, Aquariuses. If this is your sun, your moon, or your rising sign, this reading is for you. You could possibly be cross-watching for someone who you know to have a lot of air in their chart, or they are an air sign. So we will be taking a look, of course, at October of 2021, just the overall energies, their strengths, weaknesses, advice from spirit, where you're at in your headspace or the forefront of your life throughout October, in your heart space, your personal connections, whether that's intimate or if it's just platonic, friendship. Also, we'll take a look at career, finance, education, and then your overall spiritual growth and development. That's just kind of how I break down the month. I do tend to read this left to right, as in beginning, middle, and end of the month, but it will vary. Everyone's on their own timeline and has their own free will. So, if you are listening, my name's Trittany. I'm the reader here at the Crown and Castle Collective, where we can all be the rulers of our own kingdom that we call life. And I do have on my community page here on YouTube where you can vote on what videos post next. It's almost like you're getting a free reading. And I do personal readings that are for you and only you. And if you're interested in that, all the information's in the description box. So, air signs. We're gonna go ahead and shuffle on camera so you can see what decks I'm using if you feel pulled or interested in any of the works of art. So thank you guys so much, and we are going to go ahead and get started. All laid out and ready to go. We are gonna be covering a lot of different sections of your life throughout October, and I'm really excited to go ahead and get started. We'll be starting with just your overall energy and how you are showing up through October of 2021. And the first card that we have is number 39, Safe Home. I cast this circle round about, safety now is beyond doubt. And number 39 adds up to a 12 and compounds down to a 3. So this is heart chakra energy. I'm also feeling, of course, very grounded, root chakra, lower areas. And of course, this talks about your home life, feeling safe in your own physical environment, but also feeling safe within yourself and finding that safety wherever you may be throughout October. This is also pertaining a lot to boundaries, drawing sacred boundaries, whether that's emotional, physical, or even like in your higher chakras. Maybe you're getting really invasive thoughts, hearing things and stuff like that. So this is really drawing the line and creating those boundaries and feeling safe within your own entity, no matter where you may be in life, no matter where you are being called to. This could be searching for a new place to call home, making your surrounding space reflect more of who you are in this moment. But the green heart chakra energy is that you could be really connecting with someone, whether it's friends, family, or a significant other that you really want to bring into your soul tribe. Okay, you could really be feeling a certain connection of someone that you would love to invite them into your home space. It's almost like a hostess kind of energy. We also have here Prince. So this is just kind of how you are showing up to others throughout the month. The light attribute says romantic charm and potential for power. Now the shadow attribute, if this were to come out in the reverse, it does say using power for self-aggrandizement. So with this in the safe home with Prince, I'm almost getting like a Shrek love story, if you know what Shrek is. It's almost like a fairy tale type of energy. Someone could definitely have an interest in you with the Prince card. It does not have to be romantic. I'm getting, it definitely could be like a colleague or someone in your class or your work environment. Again, there's a lot of platonic energy here with safe home. It's like wanting to draw people in, wanting to just charm them with your presence, or at least this is what people are viewing and seeing your energy to be throughout October, is very inviting. Also, it's like young and upcoming kind of energy, if you will. Like the prince is obviously someone who is one day to become king, whether you're a female or if you identify with any other genders, okay? That's we won't get into that. But the prince is someone who is bound one day to become something greater than where they're at. And it's not just like a label, it's you already have that within you, okay? It's just a matter of time of when you're going to expand your horizons and make it big. With the safe home here too, this could be shopping. Again, with the safe home and Prince is someone who could perhaps have a little bit of money set aside. Maybe it's time to kind of spend on yourself, if you will, or invest into yourself. But either way, people are seeing your energies as very open, very inviting, very charming, and safe. So we will move on. These, of course, are going to be like oracle decks as the overall energies develop. So they'll be a little bit broad, and then, of course, we'll get more of the details in the tarot. So what is the greatest blockage or the biggest challenge for all air signs throughout October? We have number 23, adventure. Adds up to a 5, which can be seen as a little bit of a conflicting number. Now, when this comes up as your greatest blockage or your biggest challenge, there could be something pulling you away from some area that you consider to be your safe zone. You could, of course, have any kind of relocations. You could be traveling, and you could be traveling outside of your comfort zone. Maybe it's something that makes you a little bit uneasy. This is also being a little bit disabled when it comes to making decisions. You could have too many options, too many doors or pathways available to you, so you could kind of drag your feet a little bit, be indecisive, or be shying away from any kind of opportunities and challenges that are really going to refine your energies as far as challenging your mind, your body, your spirit, and your ability to integrate the overcoming of these challenges. So like, let's say you have this challenge at hand and you absolutely crush it, okay? Now you have to hold on to that energy because it's only going to make you stronger. So this is, again, being a little bit slow when it comes to finding those resolutions. But if you need to take your time and sit down with yourself and listen to your guides, spirit, your higher self, they will have the direction for you. Don't be afraid to step outside of that comfort zone or finalize any kind of decisions. This is also someone who comes off very strong, and I feel like with the safe home and Prince, you guys already come off as someone who could be a little bit well known, a socialite, or someone who's just very outspoken and very kind. But people can find that it looks like the masculine energy that you're expressing throughout October. Some people, they're ready to rise to that greeting. Other people are gonna kind of, get shaken by that. I don't feel like you're coming off like too strong or coming off aggressively. I'm just getting that some people could see you as a little bit challenging, or you're someone who likes to play it safe. Now, I do have a clarifying card for this. I probably should have flipped this first. Clarifying your greatest blockage or your greatest challenge for October. We have the Five of Cups, vision. Okay, so this definitely is pertaining to any kind of commitments, whether that's in your personal life or in your relationships. Even for some of you, for like your friend groups, even there could be a little bit of challenge with kind of sticking to your guns or like sticking to your ground. I'm hearing like if you need to be setting these boundaries that we talked about earlier, if you need to turn down an invitation just to kind of sit at home and do your thing, that can rub some people the wrong way. But your greatest challenge also is choosing your own path, choosing your own way, even if it's less conventional, if it's the most unpopular way of approaching a problem, just really intuitively following your own spiritual path and your own spiritual vision that you have for yourself. Spirit's trying to definitely push you outside of this comfort zone in new directions, and that could be a little bit alarming for some of you. This is a general reading, so it's not going to resonate with everyone. We will get into the love life and relationship section, but for some of you, I feel like there's either like some kind of emotional temptation that you're also experiencing. It could be a third party situation. It could be like a new home. It could be a new object that like you really, really think that you want. You think that you want it, okay? That's kind of the play here. It's something that you might get some kind of emotional fulfillment. It's only like temporary though. I'm getting that it's not really a full set. So we'll see how that comes out later. Now we're going to take a look at your greatest accomplishment. Where are you succeeding, doing well, flourishing throughout October? We have lapis lazuli, and it says life-changing epiphany or experience. It's a time of big and blessed change for you, and God is supporting you every and each step of the way. So lapis is really good, I know, for like anxiety, third eye, overactive, anxious energies. So this may be a crystal that can really help you throughout the month of October. If you work with this stone, if you wear this stone, holding it near and dear to you can really help ease either transitions, things of the future that you're kind of worried about. Also, if you are having this uncertainty with certain aspects of your life that you find yourself in position of, this can really help you take that next leap or that next step in life. It does say life-changing epiphany or experience. So you guys, I feel like you might shy away a little bit from these foreign experiences, but for some of you, if you decide to engage in going outside of your comfort zone, it's literally going to give you a life epiphany, a new perspective on things. It's going to change probably your everyday to day life, honestly. And I feel like you feel ready for a change, but it's almost like you're uncertain how to go about it or something along the lines there. Now we'll get the clarifying card for your greatest accomplishment. We have the Page of Swords, octahedron luck. So the Page of Swords, someone who's very witty, has all the right words. So again, there's that charming essence coming through with the Prince. You guys are doing really well at voicing your thoughts, your feelings, your intentions. You have a really high moment of manifestation, so you could really draw in whatever you wish to seek in October. These are two really powerful cards to evoke, so to say. The Page of Swords, too, is someone who's just very analytical. Someone who's always asking the hard questions, or the questions that everyone else just kind of gazes over or doesn't even come to conclusion to consider. You guys are doing really well, even though it may be your biggest challenge to kind of go against the grain, or, you know, ignore what other people are trying to push you towards, and following the crowd, so to say. You guys are also doing a really good job at working with those energies, as far as like, if other people are giving you a hard time, you're not taking it too personally. You're not letting that get to your mental space. You're not trying to let that throw you off, which is awesome. There could be one thing in particular that is calling you guys. Perhaps you just haven't answered it yet. There again is that commitment, but you kind of know that your heart's in the right place, or that you're being energetically pulled toward this. And I feel like a part of you knows it, and you see it, and you're kind of excited about it. You guys have a really fresh approach to these energies in October, which is very healthy. And now we'll take a look at just the general advice from Spirit for your month of October. And we have meditation brings answers. So this is just kind of speaks for itself, honestly. We'll get the next card here too. But this is about going within, sitting down with yourself. That Page of Swords energy, very much, you know, the page is a younger suit. It goes the page, the knight, the queen, and then the king. So page energy is very young, youthful, fresh, rejuvenated clarity, if you will. So I feel like if you guys are being bogged down, if you're being overwhelmed, definitely, you don't even have to meditate, because I know some people get tired of hearing people preach that, oh, you should meditate. Have you tried meditating? You know, even if this just means having a simple little ritual, maybe you light a candle and incense, maybe you just stand and stare out your window like I do for a couple of minutes. You know, this is just kind of tuning out and tuning in. So this could be necessary, especially if you're feeling lost or in need of direction in any sense of the meaning. We also have thriving for your overall advice from Spirit. Now, for some of you, I'm getting like social media breaks as well could really be necessary for you right now. I'm hearing like less scrolling and more typing or something. Like someone should be doing their work, whether it's like online or studying, but someone's like choosing to stay on their phone and stay on Instagram and Twitter and whatnot. Okay? So just make sure you're doing everything in intervals. But the thriving card talks about holding a space of reservation within yourself, like of your own energies. So I feel like air sign energies, if you don't already feel burnt out, I think that may be coming in your near future. Or if you have a little bit of downtime right now, it may not be the same case a week from now, a month from now. So whenever, I'm hearing like get your rest while you can. And also, there's a sense of sustainability here too. So whatever it is that you're doing in October, whatever you're investing in, make sure that it's something substantial that does not expire quickly, if you will. there's a lot of blue and green here. I don't know why that's the whole color thing. We have green, blue, 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 greenish blue, blue. It's already a connection here. But I'm getting for some of you who do meditate, the advice from October is definitely working with connecting your upper chakras. It seems like they're already active, but you may need to tune more into those. Someone, when they meditate, I know I've had this feeling before, there's like an elongation sensation, almost like you feel your body getting taller or you feel yourself getting larger. Maybe trying to focus in on that can really bring you into meditation or into a meditative trance. It does look like your guys' energy is on the up and coming for October, but I'm hearing too, like, get ready, because there's either something that's about to push you or redirect you, and this is kind of Spirit's, like, not necessarily a warning, but I would say they're heads up. You have to turn left in 300 meters, you know? Okay. We're going to take these broad energies and we're going to dive deeper into the details as far as what's going on in your headspace or in the forefront of your life throughout October, your love life and your relationships, both intimate and platonic. We have career, finance, education, your spiritual growth and development. And also, we have 3 cards here to represent just who or what may be close to your energies in October, whether these are people, places, things that you may identify and resonate with. So we will start in the headspace. So the first card that we have in your headspace, in the forefront of your life, we have the 8 of Pentacles. We have the 3 of Wands, the Magician card, okay, and the Sun card. Wow, okay. So we went from gray to just a bunch of yellows very quickly. So the way I read this is typically left to right, as in beginning, middle, end of the month. Again, everyone's on their own timeline. But starting off in October, maybe you guys are just really grinding your gears. You are working hard, investing, saving up perhaps, but this is just a lot of hard work and effort that you're putting in either to your physical surroundings, your material gain, or you could literally just be doing a lot of soul, shadow work, and just any kind of refining in a sense. Now, with the 3 of Wands here, this is someone who is going to reap what they sow. This is energy coming back to you, perhaps finance and money coming back to you. I'm getting also with these other cards here, this temptational energy that I felt in your greatest challenge or your biggest blockage. For some of you, and I hate to bring this up in my readings, but hey, it's the world we live in. Some of you guys are going to either get like a party invitation or like a social invitation, and I'm almost hearing don't go to it. Now use your own discernment, and I hate to rain on anyone's parade, but I'm just getting don't go to it. Okay, if cases, you know, we still live in this ongoing pandemic, please use your precautions, be careful. For some of you, it's just something that you probably don't want coming into your space. I'm getting like an after work invite as well. Even if it's a small group of people, just be careful. Okay, we'll leave it at that. But also, for these 2 cards to come out together, the returning of whatever you've been investing yourself into, your hopes, your dreams, if you've been trying to manifest a particular reward in whatever way or shape, this has the very high potential in October to come back around into your space. With the Magician card here, oh yeah. So you guys have a lot of opportunities showing up for October already, or at least you are feeling in your element. And the ability to choose is coming through very strongly. You have some options maybe with how you want to take your career, your work. Maybe you're gaining a little bit more flexibility within your career or your work field. Some of you could be requesting days off. Like a weekend is what I'm feeling here with the Magician and the Sun card representing Sunday. Leo energy as well. Someone's finally gonna get off work so that they can spend time with their family, with their children, prioritizing a little bit more of those personal connections towards the end of the month. I keep on getting the ability to choose and the ability to manipulate the environments around you in a very healthy way with the Magician card and the Three of Wands here. You guys are feeling very creative, very inspired later on throughout the month of October. And I feel like there's a big change that you're able to create. It's just that you have to ultimately say yes. A lot of you have projects or things that you've been working on all summer long. I feel like you're finally getting to the point where, you know, you're starting to see this actually grow fruit and harvest it, essentially. Since like July or August, I'm also getting. And for some of you, even as early as January and March. Those months can be something in particular to you. But those are just kind of what's coming through. Overall, your headspace throughout October seems very strong. You guys seem to be in a pretty good mood for the most part with all this yellow shining through. Let's see. I feel like there's got to be something else. I can't quite decode it yet, so I'm going to see what else the month has to hold for you, and we'll come back to this because I feel like all of this excitement, all of this possibility is not just yours alone either. Some of you could be actually like turning 18 even, I'm getting. Like there's a sense of freedom and ability to choose like you've never had before. I don't know what that is, but we will go ahead and move forward into your love life and relationships throughout October. And we have, this could be the one. You've already met the romantic partner that you seek. I feel like a lot of you guys are either in the dating scene, you're showing up as this prince who has the flowers behind his back. It's like almost like a courtship energy. Someone's trying to impress you. You're very impressionable yourself. And if you are already in a connection, maybe you're having questions, you know, is this the one? Do I stay? Do I go? Do I say yes? Put a label on it or put a ring on it? This could be the one. If you're having any question of the doubt, this is definitely a particular connection that you are meant to experience right now at whatever level of commitment you feel comfortable with. There's just a profound lesson or silver lining. Now, we'll go ahead and get the tarot to clarify. We have the Empress right away, divine feminine energies. You guys are looking fine in October. I mean, with the Magician and the Sun card out here, people want to spend time in or around you as much as they can, no matter what you're doing. This person or people, they could just want to spend time with you at work, or they could want to spend time with you outside of work. Also, someone wants to, like, I'm hearing almost even, like, play with you, but I'm hearing, like, play games. Whether that's video games, card games, board games, anything outdoors, I don't know. This person, like, people want to play with your energy in a very healthy way. Again, this can be for intimate connections, or it could also be for just friendships and stuff like that. The Empress also rules Venus and Taurus energy, and for this could be the one. If you are like house searching or trying to make big financial steps with someone, I'm hearing that it's a good time to commit to those. We also have Temperance out here, Sagittarius energy, but not sign specific. We have the Nine of Swords, and also the Devil out here, which is Capricorn energies. So for your love life and relationships, air signs, it looks like you're kind of back and forth. And I mean, that does kind of play out through, trying to find solid ground to commit to choose your next direction with, especially with this safe home. You guys want to feel safe with, who you're surrounding yourself with, by all means. And you want to be able to vocalize not just, your thoughts of the day or just what happened. I feel like you guys really want to dive deep into like your psyche. You want to kind of pick people's brains even. I feel like you guys are just slow to commit right now. There is a little bit of anxiety with the Nine of Swords, infamously. This is someone who is worried about definitely things going wrong. This is an 18 plus video, of course, so there's some nudity in the deck. But this is someone afraid of past defaults or past failures reoccurring with the Devil card. It's something that we're chained and linked to. Perhaps you're still trying to move on from people of your past, and maybe you're quote unquote over them, but there can still be lingering trauma, lingering feelings and questions that maybe you never got answers from. There can also just be a sense of fear with the relationship, as far as like, is this someone that you can commit to in the long run? Because the Empress, she's queen bee. This is divine feminine energies, so of course the commitments, marriage, and whatnot, with Temperance being a slower moving energy. This is a love that develops over time. If you feel like your person's just a little bit shut out with their thoughts and their feelings, you could be with an earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo, or at least your person is expressing a lot of these earth sign qualities. So they may be really, really focused on something else going on within their own 3D life that you could kind of feel a little bit neglected, or maybe they're even saying or doing things that just don't quite sit right with you and make you question if that's something that's in alignment in your prospects for a long-term partner, if that makes sense. Also, because this is more than just romantic friendships, for those of you who are already in connection with someone, I'm just getting that your person could be very occupied at the time, and that's just kind of what's leading to a little bit of resentment towards the end of the month. For some of you, I'm also getting that when you're very much in your earth sign energy yourself, when you're really focused on maybe things more in the 3D realm, like if you're focusing on your own money, maybe you're very independent and you never really ask for much, you just kind of go out and get it yourself. I feel like this can kind of lead to maybe your partner feeling like they're not like the supporter of the relationship. Maybe they want to be, you know, the provider of the connection, and you're out here doing and achieving all on your own. So maybe try to give this person a little bit more responsibility in the connection, and that can make them feel of value or of service of the connection. Now, also for more of like friendship, platonic energies, I'm getting if you have a close friend in mind or someone in particular, you and this person are on two different stages in life right now. It seems like this person could be in a little bit of a darker energy, just kind of going through some mental health. Maybe they're not getting much sleep either. It looks like they're working quite a bit. And I feel like you kind of jumped off that ship. Maybe you're just like, you know, I need some time off. Your friend could be still stuck on their grind and feeling like they don't have much of a social life, or feeling like they're just stuck in their own day-to-day routine. You guys have the ability to really zest up people's life right now, because you have the Magician card with the Sun card. You push people to kind of also, you know, express themselves, get out of their own shell as well, which you got to practice what you preach. All right, now some of those energies can be vice versa throughout this whole reading as well. So if you feel like one part sticks with you and the other part is the other person's, or vice versa, you know how it goes. We will step into your career, your finance, and education throughout October. We have the Knight of Wands, more Sagittarius energy. We have the Fool card, the Nine of Wands, and also the Knight of Cups. Okay, so remember how we talked about pages are a little bit more younger, immature energy, just kind of starting to get the gears turning. The Knight is someone who's finally ready to put one foot in front of the other and start making progress towards these things. So we have two Knights here, and the Fool card. Okay, if there's anyone that knows how to put one foot in front of the other, with or without tripping, would be the Fool card. Now, let's see what we have. First off, with two Knights here, coming in and coming out of this energy, there's a really good balance between your work life and your social life throughout October. And when I say work, this could also be like if you're studying, this could be a good balance between education and also having a social life, right? Now, this first card with the Knight of Wands, it's kind of a desolate, dry land, and he's just kind of looking upward. He's almost like, oh shit, you know? And I feel like either in your workplace, there could be like things just aren't giving the results that they were expecting, or there's just one thing that really draws your attention and you're like, whoa, we should totally be doing this instead of that. Or you have an epiphany, some kind of solution, and it's a call to action. And I feel like you guys really share, and you know, if you have the ability to. Now, with the Fool card is someone who steps forward with a very, very strong message. Someone who takes a risk in expressing themselves, no matter what the failure or cost may be. You know, using your discernment, that you could bring this to some kind of higher attention, and people are going to listen. People are going to listen to you guys in October. Maybe you're in more of an authoritative stance. I feel like for some of you, you're gonna gain a little bit more responsibility in these environments. You're even going to perhaps move closer to someone else that could be in a higher position of you. But also, if you're working with others, you're working very well with joining your energies. We have the Nine of Wands here, which is a student-teacher kind of concept, literally. He's pointing out Orion's belt and he's transcribing. So you guys could definitely be working together on group projects. People are going to jump to you guys first, air signs, which you guys are complete intellectuals. I feel like you guys are always slaying your group projects or your individual presentations. So people are able to really spot you out in the classroom or in the work environment. Like, they know what they're doing. They got all the good ideas. People just see that in your eyes, I'm even hearing. A lot of people like your fashion, the way that you present yourself. Again, you guys had the Empress card, you have the Magician, the Sun. Oof, people recognize you guys. And also with this Prince card, you're just very charming, alluring, and someone who... Some people may misinterpret this and think that, like, you're a trust fund kid, or like your parents pay for everything. You know, like the prince, how we talked about, they're already in alignment to become king. So there could be some kind of hereditary or family-backed financial support. And people could think about that with the way that you dress. Maybe you like to wear name brand stuff, or maybe you just look good, okay? And people question where you get that money, though, okay? Now, moving on. People want to work with you, though. Some people, they see that as a challenge, okay? And that's just on them. Other people recognize real, okay? Real recognize real. Now, we have, leaving this energy, the Knight of Cups, which is definitely that prince-like energy where you may meet new friends, new connections, either through your work life or through your career and education. These people hold really well conversation too. Like, they go deep. And I'm getting, there's even like conspiracy theories here. Like, people are wanting to bounce off ideas and theories with you in your workplace, in your studies. I feel like you guys are really asking a lot of questions. I don't know, maybe you guys have a lot of questions for other people or questions for your professor, and I feel like if you approach them, they are gladly going to share this knowledge with you and even try to point you in an even more challenging perspective. Like, maybe you come to them with a certain question and they're like, oh, that's very intelligent of you to address, but what do you think about this? And I feel like it's almost even like a trick question just to get you to I'm hearing just to kind of show what you know. Like, they kind of want you to flex on everyone a little bit. I don't know. You guys definitely have people rooting for you in your career and in your education. Yes, very much so in the spotlight, and you guys fully deserve that at the moment. For some of you, it's as simple as you clock in, you do your work, and you clock out. Some of us love routine, okay? Can't get any better than that. It seems like that for some of you who have new products, new services, you fully understand their purpose, their significance. You could be really good at pitching, at selling throughout October because you've done your homework. You know your facts too. You know what the price is for that item plus tax. You know your return policy. Any kind of legal agreements, contracts. You guys know the ins and outs. And you even wrote that fine print, okay? So you know what's in there. And for some of you, I'm getting like a shadowing, or, you know, with this student teacher vibe, you could be shadowing or doing mentorships. Whoever it is, wherever it is, people are highly impressed with you guys and your performance throughout October. And I'm getting that's definitely displaying and taking a little bit of stress perhaps out of your work and your finance your performance, is because this stuff is kind of coming naturally to you, which is quite a blessing. Maybe you're studying or working in something that's much more engaging and fitted to your personality, so to say. And I feel like because it's flowing a little bit easier for you right now, it kind of allows you to glow differently. People are noticing that maybe you're very open and very relaxed, charming, chatty, and you hold really great conversation. Yeah, you guys are doing great. That's awesome. We're going to go ahead and go forward, as we should, into your spiritual growth and development for the month of October. And the first card that we have is Temperance, yet again, just in a different deck. Our Fix-It Angel. Sagittarius energy still coming through strong. A lot of fire energy in your air signs. We have the Page of Cups, the Five of Cups, and the Four of Cups. So, this biggest blockage, or the greatest challenge that we covered, is definitely tying into this. There is a fear of rejection, or a fear of not fitting in, a fear of not being included, of missing out. I feel like it could be really hard for you guys to find inner peace and balance, just because you could be really empathetic. So you're letting other people's energies, their impressions, their thoughts, and their feelings of you impact who you truly are. Especially when it comes to managing your own time and where you're applying yourself and your own energies. Other people's bad habits, man, in October, in the beginning month, they can really rub off on you. Okay, so just be careful. We also have the Page of Cups here, and the Five of Cups, Four of Cups. I don't know why this is coming through, but like, either you weren't included, or maybe someone didn't ask you to be somewhere or to do something, and maybe that just really made you feel feelings. Wow. That could have really struck a chord with you. Maybe like you were expecting this person to show up for you, or you were expecting someone to come forth with an offer. Maybe they didn't. Maybe you were expecting someone to come back around or come into your life and they just never showed up. That shit hurt, okay? What I'm getting with people not showing up, this does not have to be physically, like, you know, maybe you had a 2 p.m. meetup date and they never called or showed. This can also be, with these both being cups, the Five of Cups and Four of Cups, is your emotions, okay? So maybe someone just wasn't really there for you emotionally, or they just didn't show up. They didn't congratulate you, or maybe they didn't tell you happy birthday, Libras. Ow. Okay? I feel like you were expecting something from someone and it just fell through. This is also in alignment with our Nine of Swords and our Devil card in the love life and relationships. This could have been like a really close friend, or someone that you thought to be very close and personal to you. Now, the first time, I feel like it hurt the most. Probably because I feel like the first just meant so much to you. You know, their first fuck up, if you will. But she's so caught up on these cups that are spilled that she doesn't recognize that there's still two standing. Okay, so this is learning how to appreciate the connections and the emotions that you are even capable of feeling, even in a time of extreme despair. Now, that can be really, you know, easier said than done. But this is just Spirit's way of telling you to just shift your focus a little bit, because they're saying don't cry over spilt milk. But also, I feel like you guys made a conscious decision to give this person a second chance. For some of you, I feel like this person still fell through. But now that they messed up a second time, I feel like they're a little bit more knowing of their actions. There could have been like a delay. This person could have 101 excuses, okay? But for the most part, I feel like someone is consistently not showing up for the air signs. They're not showing up emotionally for you guys, and that's starting to impact your energies. And you're starting to turn that more on yourself, honestly. You're starting to become a little bit more self-analytical of, is it something that I'm doing? Is it the way that I love? Is it the way I express myself? Is it the way I do this? I do that? Is it the way I look, talk, blah, 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 blah. 101 Dalmatians, right? So Spirit's saying do not get stuck in that energy, of course. For a lot of you, with Temperance being Sagittarius, this is a very mind and body focused energy. So you may need to move through these energies physically differently than what you do in the past. The Page of Cups is someone who's very inspirational, very creative, who has, you know, all this artistic value. And also the Page, young, fresh energy with the cups being emotions. This is finding a lot of emotional balance within yourself and not letting other people's downfalls change how much you value yourself or define yourself. Yeah, I'm getting a lot of even just family members or friends, people close to you that may have made commitments with you that just end up falling out. They may give you their reasoning, you know, they could be very honest with this, but it's still going to leave you feeling a little bit left out and sad, very let down, of course. For some of you, I'm getting like you made a whole dinner, like a whole date setting, and they just never showed up, so you end up just like drinking all of the wine or eating all of the food yourself and then just kind of being miserable after that. Do not act out of spite either. With this being your major blockage or your greatest challenge in the month of October, this is not acting, again, being a little bit slow in the decisions, but also it can be acting very hastily out of your emotions. With that Five of Cups here again, different deck, I feel like you could answer out of spite or be very much so in your emotions and just go out and tweet something or post something like, was it called a subtweet necessarily? Or like you're sharing stuff on Facebook that pertains to your situation. Just really being down on yourself and disappointed in other people. Don't let that get to you. I feel like you guys, you can look at the situation in a much more understanding perspective. And I feel like that shift is not very hard for you guys, but maybe you really expected a lot from this person. You really thought that you could trust and rely on them. And when they just leave you hanging, it just really messes you up, okay? I get the feel. So do not get stuck in that energy. Make sure that you're moving through this a little bit differently than you normally would. So if using your discernment, if you want to give this person a second or third chance, I feel like you have the emotional capability and maturity to continue to progress things with this person if you see fit. But there can be a little bit of strife in the personal connection. but it's only going to make it stronger, okay, if you decide to continue to develop that there. For a lot of you too, I'm getting that there could be some kind of side job or a hobby, or maybe it's just whatever you like to invest yourself into that finds and brings you some sense of peace, harmony, and balance within your life. If you're spending a lot of time doing that, I feel like you may mirror your significant other's energy, especially if they're very much so in the 3D space of, you know, going to work, working on the finances, focused on what they need to purchase next, how they need to show up tomorrow, just, you know, day-to-day life. I feel like if you draw that energy into your personal projects, there are going to be some things that are either not developing at the rate that you're expecting, or you're just not getting the results that you've really been trying over and over and over for. Spirit's watching you, and they're watching how you handle failure. Yeah. They're watching how you handle emotional disappointment, letdowns, shortcomings, either with yourself or with others. They're watching you and support those. So again, if you need a little pick-me-up, go into that meditation, self-persevering energies. Give yourself another chance. Give them another chance if you feel like you have enough space in your heart to do so. Because I feel like this person kind of comes back with their tail in between their legs. So, I'm going to move forward with this. I'm getting weird messages now. I'm getting, for some of you who have children or like take care of anyone, I'm getting that there's some really picky eaters out there. It's just that they don't like how the food looks or smells. It's something like sensory. Maybe you need to add a little bit more of variety to the palate. Someone's pet is eating off the table or knocking things down and getting into them. Patience is a virtue. I feel like your guys' patience is very much so being tested. Okay. Wow, this is totally in alignment to the Nine of Swords and the Devil card that showed up for love life and relationships with all of this cup energy here. Woof. Okay. So, we're going to finish things up here. We're going to take a look at who or what is showing up close to your energies throughout October. These might be people that you recognize. So the first card that we have is the Virgin, but it did come out in the reverse. So the shadow attribute of Virgin says fear of intimate union. Again, that fear of commitment. This could be coming from you. It could be coming from, you know, your other people that you have in mind. Maybe someone is afraid to make friends because they had an ex-best friend who did this and did that and just completely ruined their life. Maybe they've had a lot of shady friends, so it could be hard for them to make personal connections in whichever way. Now, this can also be a fear of intimate union. Maybe you're afraid to show yourself completely exposed. Maybe you're just not feeling very confident in your connections. This could also be your other person as well, having a fear of union. We also have slave. The light attribute says surrendering your power of choice to the divine with complete trust. The shadow attribute says giving your willpower to an external authority out of fear of making your own choices. So, with this card coming out in the upright, again, I feel like this is either like someone close to your energies that's just being overworked. Someone feels like they are a slave to their job, essentially, or like the 3D world. Like they wake up, they go to work, they come home, they go to bed. Someone's just kind of stuck in a routine. I feel like you're mirroring this person in opposite ways. I feel like you could have already worked through this energy where you feel like you were really stuck up on someone or something that you just could not break bounds with. And now that you are free, I feel like someone else close to you kind of caught this bug as well. So maybe you have some really good advice and some guidance for this person. I feel like you can really help draw this person out of this energy. It could be really hard for you to let go or to completely cut off people with the slave energy as well. And lastly, we have Midas, miser. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold, delight in sharing life's riches. I swear, someone feels like they just are stuck going to work, dude. It's not fun, and it's very, very boring is what I'm hearing. Someone's stuck in a very mundane routine. They don't really see the value in life. There's someone coming through as very depressive right now, unfortunately. Also, this is also very much so your guys' energy. Entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold. You guys have some phenomenal ideas throughout October for how to make more money, how to be more efficient with your money, or anything related to finances, to material objects, management, loss prevention. I'm hearing it's definitely more in the 3D than it is in your emotional space. I feel like Spirit's like, okay, so you know how to bounce back from, having to throw some cash at this and that happening, but how well do you manage and hold yourself and also recover emotionally from certain kind of letdowns or challenges that you face in your relationships and also in your own spiritual growth? I feel like for some of you who are in personal relationships or intimate connections, you could feel like you're a little bit stuck with this person at the moment. There could be some kind of financial dependency on this connection, but also I feel like you really see the potential in this person. And honestly, I feel like that's just why you're ready to give them another chance. Some of you may, some of you may not. You may value your own energies more than the burden of this connection. I'm hearing child support. Oof. Should have said that one earlier. Wow. I think I'm gonna have to leave it there. you may recognize these energies. I'm also getting some kind of mirroring going on, of course, with your own. But air signs, I hope this resonated with you guys. Let me know in the comments. I love to read them. They give me chills. So let me know what you're looking forward to in October, maybe what's developing in your life. And y'all know how YouTube works. You can give the video a like, or you can subscribe to vote on what videos I post next. It's almost like you're getting a free reading, essentially. And all of that's on my community page here on YouTube. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time.